Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss about structure of ovum and menstrual cycle. Ovum, that is female gamete. All of you know ovum, so that is female gamete. Either we call it as egg or ovum. And ovum is produced inside ovary. So inside ovary, I have told you there are about 60 to 80,000 follicles are there, and these follicles they are called ovarian follicle. Ovum is developing from ovarian follicle. तो ओवरी के अंदर में बहुत सारे सेल है. हर एक सेल जो है उसका ये एबिलिटी है कि ये ओवम में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है. So each follicle it can produce one ovum. Now we will discuss about what is the structure of ovum. Ovum is spherical in shape. Now you see the diagram. This is the diagram of ovum. So it is spherical in shape. And because it is cell, you know that the ovum it is having haploid nucleus. So inside the cell naturally cytoplasm that is present. Here you can find out cytoplasm is there, and inside there is one haploid nucleus is there. Inside nucleus you know there is nucleolus is there. So this is the cell of the ovum, and this is nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is nucleolus. In ovum you can find out there is no yolk. Like for example, suppose you take the egg of hen. The yellow portion, so that is the yolk portion. So here you can find out in the mammal ovum there is no yolk. And the cytoplasm that is called ooplasm. So inside cytoplasm you can find out there is a large nucleus is present, and inside the nucleus there is another nucleolus. It is surrounded by plasma membrane. Surrounding the plasma membrane you can find out there is another layer which is called granular, which is called cortical layer. Because here you can find out there are the granular cells are present, and this layer is called cortical layer. So if this is the plasma membrane and this is the cortical layer, then in between these two membranes you can find out there is a space is there, and that space is called periviteli space. The space that is called periviteli space. Then surrounding the cortical layer you can find out there is another thick layer is there, and that thick layer, so that is called zona pellucida. Then around the zona pellucida you can find out there is another layer is there. So that layer, so that is called corona radiata. You can find out the cell, they are radiating, and so the name is given the corona radiata. So all these different layers that is surrounding the ovum, and there is no centriole. Centriole, so that is absent in case of the human ovum, and also the ovum it is having one small polar body is there. So the part where the polar body is there, that side is called the animal pole, because you know that generally there is one pole north pole and the south pole is there in the opposite direction. So here also you can find out the pole which is having the polar body. So that pole, because you know that when ovum is released from ovary, then there are two cells are there. One small cell is called the polar body, and the other is called the secondary oocyte. So the direction towards which the polar body is present, so that side is called animal pole, and the opposite side, so that is called vegetal pole. So these are all the different structures, so that is associated with human ovum. So now we will discuss about menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is an event starting from one menstruation till the next one. It occurs at an interval of 28 days. So the cycle that is actually reproductive cycle, and the cycle it is taking place in primates. Primates means human beings and apes. And the cycle is taking place in female. It is not taking place in male, and it is taking place in female at an interval of 28 days. So every month in the female you can find out this cycle, so that is operating. Why it is called reproductive cycle? Because with the help of the cycle, every month from one of ovaries, one ovum is produced. Because the ovum, so that is produced, I told you, it is produced from the cell which is present inside the ovary, and the cell is called ovarian follicle. So during this cycle, you can find out this ovarian follicle, so that grows to develop into mature follicle. Then ovum is released from the follicle, and the process is called ovulation. So this cycle it is taking place every month at an interval of 28 days. The starting of the cycle. The cycle it starts in female at the age of 12 to 15 years. And the onset of menstruation is called menarche. Then what is menopause? Menopause means at the age of 45 to 50 years in human female you can find out the cycle will stop. So after menopause there is no ovum formation or no ovum production from ovary. So that is called menopause. So menarche, that is the starting of the cycle, and the menopause, that is the when the cycle will stop, and that is called menopause. And this age, so that is also variable. Somewhere in the female you can find out starts at the age of 12, in some in 13, in some 14, some 15. Similarly also in the menopause you can find out mainly it takes place between 45 to 50 years of age. The cycle that is operating under the influence of hormones. And which are the organs which are producing the hormones? There are two organs, one is the ovary, another is the pituitary gland. You know that the ovary, so that is the primary sex organ. Besides producing ovum, it is also producing hormones. And there are two female sex hormones, one is the estrogen, another is the progesterone. Whereas the pituitary gland, that is an endocrine gland, and it is called the master gland. The pituitary gland, that is divided into anterior and the posterior lobe. So the anterior lobe, that is releasing different hormones. Similarly the posterior lobe, so that is also releasing different hormones. So the pituitary gland and the ovary, these two glands, they are producing the hormones, and under the influence of the hormone, the menstrual cycle, so that is operating in human female. I told you the ovary is producing two hormones, one is the estrogen, another is the progesterone. And the pituitary gland, that is releasing two hormones, one is the follicle stimulating hormone, which is responsible in the growth and development of the primary follicle into mature follicle. So the name is given follicle stimulating hormone. And luteinizing hormone, it is helping in the breakdown of the mature follicle so that the ovum can be released, and the remaining part of the Graafian follicle, so that is called the corpus luteum. So the name is the luteinizing hormone. Now this cycle that is divided into four stages. First one is the menstrual phase, second one is the follicular phase, third one is the ovulation phase, and the fourth one, so that is luteal phase. The menstrual cycle, so that is occurring under the influence of hormones. The hormones are estrogen, progesterone, luteinizing hormone, and follicle stimulating hormone. The ovary is producing the estrogen and the progesterone, and the pituitary gland is producing the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. So we are dividing the cycle into four stages, four phases. Number one is the menstrual flow, number two is the follicular phase, number three is the ovulation, number four is the luteal phase. So the menstrual phase, that is taking place because it is a cycle of 28 days. It is occurring all these different stages, they are divided among 28 days. So the first phase, so that is taking place from 3rd to 5th days. 3rd to 5 days. So around 3 to 5 days you can find out when the cycle starts. Then there is flow of blood from the vagina of the female. So why there is flow of the blood? Because endometrium of the uterus. Uterus is having 3 layers. And the innermost layer, that is called endometrium. So every month you can find out when there is the flow, then the endometrium breaks. When endometrium breaks, then the tissue which is making endometrium, so that also breaks. And because the blood supply is there to the tissue, so automatically the blood vessel will also break, and blood in the tissue and unfertilized ovum will be released in the form of the flow, which is called menstrual flow. And that is taking place that lasts from 3 to 5 days. Okay? Then after that you can find out, then there is the next phase, that is the follicular phase. In the follicular phase, primary follicle will grow into mature follicle. The mature follicle is called Graafian follicle. Okay? So here you see the primary follicle, so that is very small in the size because it is taking place inside the ovary. So all the events, they are called the ovarian events. Then gradually you see how the size is increasing. Then ultimately this is called the mature follicle or the Graafian follicle. So what is the role of the hormone which is helping in the development of the follicle? Because here you can find out in the first phase the amount of progesterone decreases. I told you there are two hormones, one is the estrogen, another is the progesterone. So during this phase you can find out the amount of progesterone will decrease, so that there will be menstrual flow. But during the growth of the follicle, you can find out the follicle stimulating hormone, so that is released from the pituitary gland. And under the influence of the follicle stimulating hormone, you can find out the primary follicle, so that is developing into Graafian follicle. So the event that is taking place in between 6 to 13 days, because the first period, that is 3 to 5 days, then from the 6 to 13 days the follicle, so that is developing, and the phase is called follicular phase. So here you can find out the anterior pituitary lobe, so that is releasing the hormone which is called follicle stimulating hormone, and the follicle stimulating hormone, so that is helping in the growth of primary follicle into the mature follicle or the Graafian follicle. Then on 14th day, this is 14th day. On 14th day, what is happening? The Graafian follicle will break, and inside the Graafian follicle there is actually ovum is there. So now the ovum is released out of the Graafian follicle, and the process that is called ovulation. So ovulation is taking place exactly on the 14th day under the influence of the hormone, because at that time you can find out the amount of the estrogen, so that is also highest, and also the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone, the amount is also at the peak. So here you see the graph, because this is very important. Always in board exams you get question from this part. So you try to understand what is the role of the ovary, what is the role of the pituitary gland, what are the different roles of all these hormones. So on 14th day when there is ovulation, then follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone, they are at the highest peak. And also you can find out the amount of the estrogen is also highest. Progesterone is lower, but the amount of the estrogen, so that is higher, so that the ovum it can be released from the Graafian follicle. So when the ovum is released, now if the sperm is available, then the fertilization will be there, and if the sperm is not available, then the ovum will break. So then you can see that the remaining part of the Graafian follicle, that is called corpus luteum. And gradually from the 15th day to 28 days, the corpus luteum, gradually you can find out the size will reduce, and at the end, so that is called corpus albicans. What is the role of the corpus luteum? Corpus luteum can produce hormone progesterone, and the progesterone hormone will again help the endometrium, which is already broken at the starting of the cycle, again to prepare, so that the endometrium it is gradually becoming thick under the influence of the progesterone. Because you know that why the endometrium that is becoming thick? If there is fertilization, then the embryo will ultimately come to the uterus and fix to the wall of the endometrium. So the embryo that is implanted on the wall of the endometrium. And in human female you can find out every month the uterus is preparing itself to get a fertilized egg. But it is a chance, because there is no compulsory that every month one ovary is producing one ovum, so there is a guarantee that fertilization will be there. No. It depends on the entry of the sperm, and if both the egg and the sperm they are present at the ampulla and the isthmus junction, then only fertilization is possible. Fertilization cannot take place in any other part of the ovidum or in the uterus. And if there is no fertilization, then the ovum is broken, and also the wall of the endometrium, so that is also breaking. So every month the uterus that is preparing the wall of the endometrium, if there is no fertilization, again it is breaking down to coming outside the vagina in the form of the blood flow. Then again the next month again it is preparing itself. So in the preparation of the endometrium there is the role of the progesterone, and progesterone that is released from corpus luteum. This is also an important question, that which hormone is released by the corpus luteum, or what is the role of the corpus luteum. So altogether we are dividing the cycle into 4 stages: menstrual flow, follicular phase, then the ovulation is there, and the last one, so that is the luteal phase.